This is David from the Fredcast. We're live from the show for Interbike TV. We're in the Masi Bicycles booth. We're talking to the Masi guy, Tim Jackson. Tim, we're standing in front of the 3VC team issue. Talk to us and tell us a little bit about this bike.
Well, this is the frame that is used by the Kinda Pro Cycling team that we've been sponsoring for a few years now. It's a full carbon lugged frame. You have a monocoque front end of the bike that's bonded and lugged with the rear end, and what that allows you to do is fine-tune the ride characteristic based on size. So, for example, the 51 centimeter size that we do, or even the new 48 centimeter, doesn't need the same stiffness in the stays as the 61 centimeter that I ride. So it allows us to fine-tune the ride characteristics so that it really carries through from size to size so that each frame has a similar ride characteristic.
So what are the characteristics of this bike? Now, I rode one the other day, so I know, but I want to hear in your words as somebody who helped design the bike, are we continuing Masi's tradition of being a race quality bike?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The geometry on this bike is spot on for racing. It's a nice blend of being really quick and agile for American style criterium racing, but at the same time, because of the way the carbon is done, it has a very comfortable all-day ride characteristic. So, again, the Kinda guys are doing stage races on this frame, riding all day, every day for weeks on end. And they love it. They've been very supportive of it and have had very high marks for it. With the shape of the stays, you get that arc to the stay that increases your braking power because of the way it is shaped. When you apply the rear brake, the stay can't flex back in towards the seat stay, so you increase your braking power there. And it also helps to minimize wheel skip because it acts like a lever to help force the rear wheel back down. No frame design is ever going to eliminate wheel skip, but you can minimize wheel skip. And that helps to also increase your braking power and your power output because the wheel is actually on the ground.
And I definitely noticed that both in accelerating on the flat and in climbing.
Climbs, yeah. The frame is definitely light. It's not a super lightweight frame, but it's up there. The 56 centimeter with the team issue builds up at just barely 15 pounds. So it's darn light, and that's with the deep zip wheels. But you end up with, because of the monocoque structure for the front half, you end up with great stiffness there, as well as being very lightweight. So when you're pulling up on the bars, you're not getting a lot of twist up in the front end. But the wishbone stay in the rear also creates a very stiff back end, but you still have that compliant top to bottom. So the vertical compliance is spot on, but the stiffness that you need for power output is right on.
Now, this is the team issue bike. It's got the SRAM red components.
Correct.
More expensive bike. Tell us about the price point and what other levels of 3VC are available.
Absolutely. The team issue bike, it's a sub $7,600 bike for, it's got everything top notch. It's got the Ritchie WCS carbon matrix stuff. I mean, it's definitely a top shelf bike. But we also make it in a Durace level, an Ultegra level, and a 105 level, which is the bike that you rode at Dirt Demo. And that's part of the reason why that rode as well as it did and you came back smiling is because that frame is the exact same frame that's used on the team issue. So even the consumer that's spending a lot less money than what would be spent on the Red Equip bike is getting a pro level frame that has, again, that magic carpet ride that carbon is supposed to have.
And at the bottom of the line, what kind of a retailer are we talking about?
Retail price point at the high retail is only $2,300.
So for a race quality bike, that's really amazing. Tim, where can people get more information?
They can obviously get it directly from Masi Bikes at masibikes.com.
Excellent. Thanks so much.
You're very welcome, David.
And this is David from the Fredcast. We're live from the show for Interbike TV.